Hi, it's Marissa Schultz, and today we're talking about life after separation, in particular, how to restore the finances. Relationship breakdowns can be extremely hard, and having to rebuild and recreate your new life can seem overwhelming, sometimes a little bit impossible, but it's not. Whilst relationship breakdowns often take a toll on our emotional well-being, they can also take a big hit to your financial well-being. A study done by Westpac showed that 2/3 of Australians who were considering separation were hesitant to separate due to the fear of having to start over financially. So clearly, it is a financial stress for a lot of people. So how do you kickstart your newfound financial independence and get your new life off to the best possible start? I'm going to share with you 5 tips to help you. Firstly, tip number 1, get to know your finances. In many relationships, it is common for one partner to take control of paying bills and managing the day-to-day finances. If that wasn't you, having to understand the financial position and now run day-to-day management can seem out of your comfort zone. The first step is to gather any important financial documents relating to, all of your bank accounts, all of your loan accounts, all of the debt facilities, basically any debt facilities or bank accounts that you have jointly. You also want to look at all your personal loans, any credit cards, superannuation statements, details of all of the investments that you had. They might include shares, might include property. If you're not sure of the ownership of the properties that you and your ex-partner held, then it's a good idea to undertake searches of the properties and get copies of the titles. And if you or your ex were self-employed, you also would want to get copies of accountant prepared financials and personal and business tax returns. Once you have all the documentation, you can start summarizing it into a 1-page list, showing all of your assets and all of your debts and all of this that you and your spouse had before separation. Step number 2 is to protect your privacy. Obviously, things are different to what they were, so you really need to start protecting your privacy and making sure that you're looking after yourself. I suggest you create a separate bank account and update all of your passwords on your bank accounts, your computers, your email, your phone, change your PIN numbers on your cards. If you do have joint bank accounts or loan accounts, consider setting up dual signatories so that both of you have to sign to withdraw money to avoid one of you taking money out without the other person knowing. It's also a good idea to talk to your ex about removing yourself from agreed accounts and credit cards. If you know that your partner's going to take over a credit card, then remove your name from that facility. You also want to look at all the bills that you currently are in joint names, like your water, your electricity, any other household bills, to reflect which person will actually continue to have the financial responsibility of those bills following the separation. I also encourage you to update your will and make sure that your superannuation and your insurance beneficiaries are updated to reflect what you'd like to happen with those monies moving forward. Tip number 3 is understand your entitlements. So contact Centrelink, find out if you'll be eligible for any financial assistance, understand your child support, and speak to Centrelink and your lawyer to understand what you're likely to get with child support, if anything, so that you can really know what financial position you'll be in from a cash flow perspective moving forward. Tip 4, prepare a spending plan. So review all of your existing expenses that you had as a couple and work out which ones you're now going to be solely responsible for. It's a good idea to go through the last 12 months bank and credit card statements to calculate your spending in each expense category. Whilst it might seem like a big task, once you get into it, it doesn't actually take that long, and it can really help you to understand where your money is going. You might even be able to identify potential future savings for the future, and it will really give you a good grasp on what expenses you will have moving forward. I encourage you to outline all your income, including your Centrelink payments and your child support and all of your potential expenses in your newfound life. If this process seems overwhelming, reach out to a professional to help you. For example, money mentor or financial planner can sit down with you and do it together. Tip 5, tackle any joint debt and divide your assets. In an ideal world, you and your partner would be able to discuss the division of assets in a really friendly and harmonious way. However, this is not always the case. In having these discussions with your ex-partner, get the support and advice from your lawyer, who will be able to guide you, but it's also a really good idea to meet with your mortgage broker so that you can understand your individual borrowing capacity and what level of debt you can afford to take on. You know, this is especially important if you're hoping to keep the family home and take over the mortgage. Also, make sure that you and your ex-partner have a plan to pay off any joint debts. For example, if you've got any credit cards or personal loans that are still lingering around following the separation, make sure you know who's paying what and you've got a plan to repay those debts as soon as possible. Tip 6, upskill and build your team. You know, whilst it might feel overwhelming at the moment, the good news is building your financial confidence will also build your general confidence. So it's really important to upskill as soon as possible. There's a lot of great finance information, courses and resources on the internet. You know, the Money Smart website is a really good place to start. Also the Rise High Investor website. You know, build your team of experts around you. You know, that could be a good mortgage broker, a good accountant, financial planner, get a money mentor, you know, friends and families that are really good at managing money. So it's really important to surround yourself with the information, the education and the people that are going to help you take really positive steps in your newfound financial independence. Finally, just like to leave you with the idea that you do have this, you've got this. Just take it one step at a time and you will get through this. It will be a difficult period, but you will come out on the other end and really enjoy your newfound financial independence. I hope you enjoyed the tips today. If you did, please like this video and share the video with people that you think might benefit from it. And I'd love to hear your comments on how you survived and transformed your financial life following separation. Thanks and have a great day. Bye.